Let's call the meeting to order. It's 6:01. Let's go ahead and do the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
See. All patriotic.
I was going to button it because. So, Angie, can we do roll call, please?
Yes. Julio Mendez.
Present.
Elisa Amici. Absent. Carlos Abraham Flores. Absent. Rosie Santos.
Here.
Gail Edgar Rodriguez.
Here.
Jesse Shaw.
Here.
Dr. Martha Villarreal.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Yay.
Do we have any citizens' comments?
Not at this time.
Okay. I think we've all had time to read the minutes. Can I get a motion to approve the minutes?
I move that we approve the minutes.
Present.
Moved and second.
And do we have any communication announcements?
No.
I don't know. I mean, she sent me a message. I don't know if that goes in now or later.
Is it, what is it for?
It says, I spoke to my councilman, Melissa Figueroa, District 3. She's very excited about the idea of using some of our funds for the painting of electrical boxes. She has recommended that we draft a proposal to be placed on the city council agenda for July, whereby we, the commission, would be able to oversee the project, including the selection of artists and possibly include artists from Nuevo Laredo. Each arts and cultural commissioner would work with their respective councilmen, women, to decide which boxes to be painted in their district.
I
So,
didn't see something about the boxes.
No,
No, this is Melissa.
This is-
Yeah, I know, but
this-
I read something about,
a comment.
Yeah, because remember at the last meeting we discussed
Yeah.
the possibility of
Right.
that being one of the
Okay.
projects.
I think it's here. I read it somewhere in here.
Was that everything, Mr. Mendez?
Huh?
Was that everything she put in the?
Yeah, she said something, I believe Rosie was going to provide information pertaining to the cost of this project. Then we were going to see how much of our surplus funds from 20 and 21, I think, we would allocate to the project.
Well, those have not been allocated yet, but there's some of the council members have money in the 2019.
Okay. Yeah, she was not here because she was taking her father to San Antonio to get a MRI for his shoulders.
So on this page where it says FY 2022 CIP bond program, recommendations for public art.
This is part of item number
Okay.
D, so I'll go over it.
Okay, yeah, because it mentions that here and
Mhm.
stuff, okay.
I hope I didn't jump the gun.
No, you didn't, no, okay.
And another announcement, we have Make Music Day this coming
Forward.
Wednesday, the 21st. So, the Laredo Cultural District will have some performers, Frontera Music, Beer Garden, and Laredo Center for the Arts, and the outlets will have different musicians. So,
Oh, yeah, I read up, that was nice.
So, yeah. And we're gonna set up tables and chairs, so somebody wants to bring their lunch and join us during the day.
What day is that?
That's on Wednesday, and we'll provide complimentary beverages, so anybody wants a
Nice.
brown baguette, listen to some live music. We'll be there, air conditioning will be provided as well. Any other announcements? Okay, and then we can go ahead and move to staff reports.
You had requested in the past meeting an update on the Laredo letters. You had requested the previous call for artists,
Yes.
which is in your packet. We are, Up Studio has submitted a formal proposal for professional services to manage the project and to do the call for artists, just like they're doing so for Lafayette. So that is still being worked on. I just found out that they will be installing, the set that's going in the South Laredo Library on Saturday. And that's no painting, just the letters.
Oh, I see, and then they're gonna have people.
Somebody go and do
I
it.
see, okay.
What's the, so they haven't gotten the artist, they're gonna redo the call?
Yes, but it's, Up Studio's proposing they do it to make it a little more simpler, because if you've ever tried to, the city,
Yeah,
it's a little
it
complicated.
is.
So they're the ones that are gonna be calling for art.
If they get the contract, if they submit a proposal so they can do it and they can,
They can run the whole submittal
and-
and all of that, and the city doesn't have to, okay, we have to go through the city, okay.
if it does go through, I will bring you a copy of it.
Yeah.
So you can see how it's gonna work.
That's cool.
I do not have an update on Lafayette. I've been trying to reach, Mr. Chavez, and I have not gotten a response for him, so my update is that I don't have an update.
Okay.
Nice and simple.
Yes. And you had also requested an update on the National Endowment for the Arts grant that Keith Laredo had submitted. What you have here is a summary. The project is complete already.
Really?
Yes, there's pictures of all that got done. There's the sculptures by themselves, and then the city put in some more money so that they could have a concrete base with a mosaic design on it. And I believe they just finished doing some landscaping to make it a little prettier. The last pages are the ones as they look right now.
Right.
The funds were not awarded until March 7th, but they really moved quickly on it. Towards the end of March, they did the concrete bases, and then in May, they did the zero-scape gardens around.
How nice.
And so they weren't supposed to be colored? No color?
No color.
That seems kind of triste.
Well, I think that's why they added the garden.
They're all steel?
They're all steel, I
Oh, I
believe.
guess so, yeah.
Who did the steel work?
Liz, Liz
Lizzie Hinojosa.
Oh, Lizzie?
This is Lizzie's work, yes,
she's also the one who did the lady
Yes.
in the water.
right,
Yeah.
yeah. I wish they were colored. But,
All right, then you call.
It seems to be covered, but very light.
Yes.
well, it actually says they are, because one has red on it, it says, but it doesn't actually have color.
No, maybe
The maguey seems to have a little bit of green. And the water drop seems to be blue.
I think they're not, but
no, I
Yeah,
don't
it
think they
says-
are.
they are?
I don't think they are.
Yeah, it just, she had depicted them colored, and then it says they aren't, yes, I just read it. Okay. Very nice.
But the city did put in the money to put the base,
Yeah.
and some garden.
That's nice.
Send the packet to me,
I mean, okay. And then, also at the last meeting, you had requested a copy of, the suggested budget allocation for 2021.
Right.
And that is in the master plan, 132, where she suggests it was gonna be $300,000,
Right.
and each council member was gonna get $1 million in CIP funding, so that would have been $20,000 each for a project in their district. And she suggested that, the rest of the money get used for big citywide project.
Right.
But that, you asked for the suggestions that the consultant gave,
Right.
and it is in here. I don't know, it's no longer on the city webpage. It used to be there. But if you want, I can send you all an email with the attachment of the public art fund. I don't know if anybody actually printed it out.
I don't, I did.
Well, it's pretty big. But, and also you have talked about, getting ideas for public art in the same district. She also included that in the public art master plan, and that's in there. It's suggestions of what could be done and where.
Yeah. So none of this has happened.
No, and that's
And
one
it's
of the
from-
things that,
It's from 2022.
Mhm.
And they have the money because they got the money when they originally.
it's there. You
sent
saw
it.
the spreadsheet,
Right.
the finance, but nobody's moved on it just yet.
And
As to how to allocate
What does
it
it
or.
take to move on it?
What's the next step?
The next step, the ones that allocated maybe during budget time would be the city council themselves.
Wow.
So that's what, September, August?
September right now, August is budget hearings. So I don't know if they're planning on actually allocating that money. It's there, but it has not been allocated. Might be we've had a change of council. They might not all be aware of the master plan.
Do you
So-
think maybe it would help if we would speak to our own council person and kind of remind
There's
her?
those funds are there.
Yeah.
It's more appropriate for you.
I know, it's like it's just sitting there. If they'd given it to us, we would have already done something.
It's gone.
It would have been out there,
Yeah,
art
yeah.
everywhere. But no, okay. So the money just sits around, it doesn't accrue interest, it just sits
Nothing.
around.
Well, at least it
That's a
doesn't
lot
go
of money.
away.
Well,
Well,
I
let's
know.
hope.
Yeah.
Wow.
So just, I'm providing you the information, but like I said.
But like the one in the Clark Street beautification, that was done.
Yeah.
Well, there's money in the 2022 CIP apparently for more. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean, I know that was done, because I live in the Heights.
Yeah.
That's the one with the cactus.
The cactus that are already, the paint is already chipping off,
Oh, yeah.
but they're kind of cute.
The mural
They
or
are
the,
very
or
pretty.
the?
No,
the
look,
middle?
there's these metal cactus,
Mhm.
they closed 3 intersections. 2 before you get to Seymour, and 1 before you get to, what is it, Arkansas. So, like the people who live in that neighborhood now, you
You have
can't
to go.
cross, you have to go around, but anyway. So it looked really cute and everything, but, and they also made the street signs bigger and illuminated, and they hang down, I know they're bigger. They put up a thing that says the Heights since, I don't know what year, you know.
I haven't
Oh,
seen
yes,
that.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It has like a stand of cement or something that says Heights established in, I forget what year it is.
Yeah.
So
Didn't
that's,
they have an accident? They went, somebody ran right into the hole.
I don't know, to the median, I don't know, I don't know. Well, anyway, I know that's been done, so he used some of that money in the Heights.
That was Albert Torres'
Yes,
funds.
yeah,
He
yeah.
spent like 40,000 on
Yes,
that.
it's
Yeah.
fine.
He spent his entire. on
Let's
that.
see, I saw, he did those things. Anyway. Didn't they do something in North Central Park?
They always do stuff
I know.
over there. Almost.
Didn't I hear about some improvements or murals or something? I don't know.
I think they did.
Yes, I
They did
remember
a
something
while ago.
lately. I don't know.
District 1 is my district, right?
Elisa, yes.
But she's not doing the lowest part, but she's doing the what you call it, the pillars. That's
Yes,
her.
Lafayette,
Oh,
yes. And
Is she
these were
using those?
suggestions back then when this came out.
Right.
So it might be totally different.
And we don't have anything updated?
No. For this, these were her suggestions back then.
Right.
Consultant, yeah.
So, but maybe the people the new people don't know they have this money, or that they should?
I,
be
that I know, I
putting
don't
in
know
their
if they've been told. I mean, but they don't really because it's, are you talking about 2019? Or?
The new
21?
members that came in,
Mhm.
do they know that there's money there?
I was in a city council meeting when they discussed it.
When the new people came in?
Because Dr. Maite Martinez gave like recognition to the people who had helped, and he asked me to be there. We all got like a recognition.
Yes, yes.
And he discussed all of this with the new people there. So I don't know, how can they not be aware?
They might be aware, but they jump into something else that is more important to them, and then they put this in the background.
Yeah, like how important is art to a lot of people?
I know, exactly.
See, that's the sad thing.
It is.
They made this group, this committee, to be in charge of that, to discuss it, to come up with ideas, and then we're kind of just here in limbo.
But you know what, I think we need to take responsibility
Right.
for letting them know.
Yeah, I think we do. I
I
think we
think-
all need to meet with our council
I
members.
think because we just sit here and say they haven't done anything, and they,
No, but you know what, and this list is something good to take.
Yes.
This whole thing is something good to take to show that council members, look, this is what were the ideas for your district or whatever, you know. I think it's good.
And this was for last year, so.
let me ask you, I was thinking of calling one of the new council members, Gilberto, because that position hasn't been filled, that hasn't
Oh.
been filled. So do you know anybody that I could recommend to him
To be on this committee.
to be on this?
He doesn't have a representative.
He doesn't. Do you know of any, I thought I was telling Gail, maybe Gail, but Gail is so involved with.
He's involved right now with his work, I don't know that he.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, who else would you think would be good to bring in? I can call him, I can call anybody. I mean, I did it before. I got on the phone and called everybody.
I know.
And I wouldn't leave him alone, I would call him like every day.
Right off my head,
Can't think of anybody.
I can think of, I mean, I can think of a bunch of them, but I don't know if they would be interested.
They would accept.
I know that there's some that might qualify very well. Jolly Rice comes to my mind, but I don't think that he would be interested in participating in this type of
Yeah.
thing. But he's very interested in the arts, and he was an educator also in arts and everything, so. Oh, boy.
The Morales, there's the Morales brothers and their sisters, and they have an art, everything, they.
One that would be also very good would be Cuate.
Yeah, he
Who is
would.
that? They have what?
They,
Morales,
they
Arts
teach
Academy.
everything,
Oh,
and
okay.
he's an awesome,
How about Cuate?
The photographer.
Mhm.
man,
Mark Gonzalez, also from LTGI.
yeah. Mark.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to be just artists.
Exactly, a
Yeah.
photographer would be good.
Yeah. And it just depends on, I know Guate retired, so he's
Right.
not working for the newspaper anymore. Mark, I'm sure, is really busy.
He is busy.
The thing is that Cuate knows a lot of people,
Yeah, he does,
a lot of people,
because he worked for the newspaper forever.
yeah.
He would be a good person, why don't we ask him? Do you know him? You know him personally, right?
Will
Ask
you
him if
call,
he's interested.
will you call him and ask him?
Sure.
And then call me or send me a text and I will, because I'm gonna be meeting with Gilberto,
Okay.
I think on Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, with some people, and I know he's part of that group, so I can talk to him there.
Okay. I'll try to talk to a couple of
Yeah,
people,
we need
see
to have the two
who
places filled.
responds, yes. Responds.
No, I don't know, the other one, I don't think it's a good idea until they
No,
get
because
there,
it's in limbo.
and until that gets resolved,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so. Okay,
Very good. I'll ask him, and if not, I'll check around,
Yeah,
maybe with some of the people from LTGI.
yeah.
yeah, maybe.
Very good.
¿Dónde andamos?
So,
Do we have any more questions about the public art master plan? Would it be possible if you all can create binders for us with the master plan so that we can like read it?
Is it now?
It would
To
make it
give us a binder, a
A
binder.
binder, okay. Yeah, I wonder if we can maybe find somebody that can bind it with, somebody in the city.
yeah, just to make it like
Yeah.
a little.
Yeah.
She will try.
I mean, there's no urgency, but just so that we can all.
We can have
Yeah,
it
yeah, have a
here.
copy.
Yeah.
Because I read through it and then I'm finding all these other things.
Yeah.
That you've been asking about.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and it's all there.
It's all there, but it's a, and this is one, you don't read it in one sitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it, but I have the electronic.
Okay. So, moving on, do we have any items for discussion and possible action? No?
Other than the scheduling of the meeting,
Let's go ahead and do that.
it would be July 20th, the next one.
what should I tell Melissa about her information on the electrical boxes and the need to be able to make a proposal for the city council for the month of July?
I think we should move on it, but who would be responsible, you guys?
We could put it on the agenda, I can ask how it could go on the agenda.
Yeah, I think so. I think we should move on it, what do you think?
See, and those were recommended for, if you look at the bond program 2022, they were recommended in several districts. Yeah, in District 6, it says all districts were recommended to potential painting of those electrical boxes.
In that case, that puts this thing out of our hands.
No, I'm just saying that it was recommended that the city council person move on that for all
Yeah.
districts. So that was a recommendation from 2020.
Yes, from the,
So we should each one talk to our council person and say, you know, this was recommended, can we do this, you know, you have money, can we get this done in your
well,
district?
and like I said, they don't have it because it has not been allocated.
But they
The
have
one they do have
discretionary.
is the 20, well, that's something else, yes.
So then,
The 2019 is in each district, each one has it.
so they have money in there from 2019.
Mhm. There are,
Mine,
funds.
so mine
It's gone.
used it all.
Who was here?
Torres?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, okay, well, he improved his district,
Yeah.
okay, so.
Used it how it was supposed to use.
But isn't there a list of the money that each one has? I think we saw that.
Yes.
Yes, the last meeting I handed
Yeah,
it to you.
so we.
And this was from the
we-
finance department,
We can target that.
the ones that have money.
You've got this money since 2019, what are you doing with it?
You know, with Elisa, I think she's saving it for something.
I think so
She's
too, but
not
I
the
don't
type to
know.
let it.
No, and she was one of the instigators of
absolutely.
getting the 2%. I mean, it was George and her, and she wasn't a city council person at the time. But, esta niña, ay,
I'm trying to think of her name, so I can see her face.
la hija de, ay,
Regina?
yes, Regina,
Yeah.
Alyssa, me, George Outgell, and Maite. That we were like all huddling together to get this to happen. Yeah,
And they're the ones who paid for it.
yeah. And so then they got it, and then the city council said, "Oh, but y'all can't have it." We want it. Okay.
So
So it's sitting
would,
there.
would we have any input in of work, going into the selection of the artists that is going to play. Apparently, these people are going to do it, so once again, we're sitting,
But see, you can talk to your council person
Yeah.
and say, I've got this great idea, you know, you have the money, from the 2%. You don't have to go into your discretionary funds if you don't want to, but you've got this money, but we need that list to see who has the money, right?
So,
And then recommend paint the electrical boxes. That's like, you go to San Antonio and also you see them all over the place.
we got the information on the monies that each one has.
Yeah, yeah,
And what is left for the.
right, from that 2019
So
allotment,
that money is there, so if we
Yeah.
have it, they should be able to have those.
right.
and the master plan does have, you know, for you, the commission to
Right.
participate.
Right,
It has a section on the role of the commission.
right. And so, and we all had discussed that we need to sit down with our council member and talk about what we can do in their district, in the district for art, so yeah. So that's our homework, I guess.
I'll send it to you electronically, but then we'll work on getting you each a binder.
Yeah, perfect.
So if that happens, would the boxes be the same? Would it also go to Up Arts and then they take in? I'm confused on that part. Like this, so they're gonna put a call for artists and
Well, they've put in a proposal for them to do it.
for them to do it, for them to pick the artists.
No.
No, they would form a committee to pick the artists.
And I think it said,
Is that open for everyone to?
but I
There's a
think it
proposal?
said that we also were involved in that.
Mhm.
Yes, we're also supposed to be involved in
Because
that.
I remember the last time we were on this, I remember taking. There was this call, nobody applied for it.
Yeah, this one right here.
And then I thought it was gonna get put up and or resubmitted or whatever. And I remember like describing it. I sent this up to some people who I knew that would be interested in this, and you know, said, "Would this be something you'd be interested in?" And they said, "Yeah, follow up with me." But
She sent the proposal to me and to Eileen. Let me talk to Eileen to see if there's money to hire her as a project manager. And if they're gonna go that way or if we're gonna just redo that. I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean that she's gonna pick the artist, she's gonna do the call for artists.
Right.
Okay. So that would put us back that we can be the ones that,
That select, I mean, we could get the, she'll form a committee of some of you.
I think it should be the whole commission, the one that looks at what we have done in the past.
exactly.
And everybody, you know, then we can discuss it and look at the possibility of each individual, you know, design or artist and what design that they have and pick from there.
So this is what we need to get moving. This is what we need to talk to our council person
Right,
about.
so, but are they resubmitting a call to artists?
Not as of now, not that I know of.
So,
There was talk of having Up Art Studio do that, and, because this is the city putting it out.
Right.
And maybe coming from her, she said she could probably do it simpler. She sent an example of an online application, it was just click, type, upload your work so that,
which is super easy,
Mhm.
instead of going through the city. So we're still pending with if the city says yes, that's
yes.
okay.
Mhm. She's, like I said, she turned in a proposal for her services to
Right,
do this.
to do that.
Mhm.
But we could still maybe put out talk to people who might be interested.
I think it would be really great if we had like just a list, like it's kind of like the Texas Art Commissions, like they had like they have some big master database of just artists, right? And then you can just go there and like,
Yeah,
well, I want to get something like you've probably heard this story a lot, Moyer, about like, oh well, I got this like I wrote in for this grant, but I had to pick from a list of these artists that are on this list, and so I picked this artist, and then the state gave us money to have Mark Burkhart come, and then we also had, but like if we had something like that for Laredo
list,
artists,
yeah,
just
yeah.
Laredo artists, so like anytime something like this goes up, we just go, what just send it up to the list.
Yeah.
And then you have like, you know, and then they're like, well, oh, I've been working on this. This would be perfect for this thing,
You know
or
what, isn't that something that we could just undertake as this committee?
yeah,
Yeah.
Like say, okay, we want to send out information for all local artists to submit their names to the Arts and Culture Commission for a list.
And the consultant did do that, if you remember, when we were trying to, when she was
Yes.
trying to get
Yes.
feedback.
Right.
She got all the information of
Local artists.
local artists.
So can
Maybe
we,
not all of them,
well,
but
can we get her to share that with us and then we can also expand on it?
And Rosie, don't you have a list of?
I was gonna say a couple of years ago we did that. We tried to start a
Artist
database,
list.
and we had some, but I mean, obviously that's
Right, that's
my
been some years. We need to-
outdated, so it's time to do it again.
wasn't there also somebody when the Up Arts were talking to us that they were thinking like something about like the possibility of hiring some kind of person that manages all
Yes.
this and just does all this kind
Yes.
of stuff? Like,
that is in a
It's in the-
program manager, it's in
Yeah,
there.
it's in the proposal.
That would require a FTE full-time.
yeah.
But in the meantime, we can get to work and do stuff ourselves, right? Create a database of artists, and then these letters are still open and pending. Start talking to people, and who do they have to contact to get their submission to, you know? We should be able to do that. Even if it's just making a list of artists.
Yeah, and it's also one of those things where, like, you know, you could post thing like, this is open for anybody to
Yeah.
submit stuff, but I don't know what it is. I feel like something I've kind of picked up on, and I'm guilty of this myself too, like, when I'm invited, when somebody says,
Here,
emails me this
here,
directly, and
yeah.
say, you should probably submit something to this, you know? Instead of it just being out there, I'm like, I'm not good enough for that. I don't, you know, I
Yeah.
don't, you know what I mean? Like, it is something that.
We believe in you, we can do it.
Yeah, but
We're
that's
reaching
why
out to you.
if we compile a list and it comes from the Arts and Culture District and we contact people as a member of this group and say, hey, this is, you know,
The
something maybe
city
you'd
put
be
yours out.
yeah, maybe you'd be interested in this. Get their emails and say, look, you know, try it. But the application is horrendous and she wants to make it simple, and that's what we're trying to gear that to. But in the meantime, maybe we can just start compiling a list of artists. I mean, it's probably so much bigger now.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Definitely.
see
I mean,
artwork
the
on.
city has it for other things, you know, we call, at the AC, they have a list of people we can call
Right.
that are insured.
It's like that show that they just had over
Sure.
at LC. It was all young artists.
Oh, yeah.
There was like 8
Yeah.
or 9
Yeah.
younger artists.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always surprised when I do a call to artists, the people who show up with work, and there was this one guy, and he's not he doesn't, it's not his full-time job, but wow, his work was amazing, you know? So yeah, we need to get a list out there, or compile a list and just have it for us, you know? To refer these letters to people, get your names in here and start, you know, get some letters.
How do we do that? Just like, because I could probably come up with a list.
Yeah,
We're already
15.
doing it.
Huh?
yes,
already working
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
I mean, we all have each other's emails, no? We can all kind of, between us, start saying, hey, these are the artists that I know, and here's some, and let's make a list, and